side, you have Jackson Grant, who's the UW commit. I watched him play back-to-back games yesterday, and he definitely impressed me thoroughly. One game 25 and I believe 15, and the second game was like 33 and 18. So should be interesting here.
And we are just getting it started, and Montverde runs a little tip play, and they can't get the layup to fall, and Olympia corrals the rebound. Number 5 with the nice floater there. Number 5, he's not got that number, or he's not in the book under that number. I'll get a name for him at some point. And Olympia comes into a 2-3 zone, it looks like. Jump ball, and possession arrow will go to Olympia. And a travel by Olympia as Montverde came out with a little full court pressure, and Seth Brewer is number 5. With a nice floater, and he got them off to a good start. And a nice play there by Coach Wisnowski is Javier Francis from New Orleans, Louisiana, the 6'8" Houston commit with the two-hand slam off the lob play.
He's a leaper, Coach. He doesn't need much to get off the ground. It's pretty impressive to watch. Literally a minute in the game, he already has a dunk. But that's what we saw last night.
Nice ball movement there, and number 13, Parker Garretts, couldn't get it to fall.
Be really interesting to see a little bit of the contrast. On one side, you obviously have a traditional team, 6'6" wing, and Iyobo, a good point guard, and Torres and 2 bigs versus a team that plays 4 guards and 1 big. So it'll be really interesting to see. I know this Olympia team's definitely disciplined. Watched them get coached up really well yesterday. Coach Kiley did a good job coaching these guys hard yesterday.
Coach Kiley is been there for a while, and I believe it's his son, Luke Kiley, is his assistant coach. And he's got a lot of talent, and doesn't just start with the 6'10" post player Jackson Grant. There's talent across the board for this team from Washington. Yobo with the nice little finish off the baseline out of bounds.
Great lob, and that's the guy we were talking about a lot last night, Coach. Number 1, Torres, really good point guard. Does a really good job of getting his team into the offense, and great change of pace, and knows when to shoot it, and seems to know when to set guys up.
Tough catch there by Grant. He gets double teamed, drives the baseline, finds a corner shooter, and it's an air ball, and really the possession goes to Montverde. Three seconds on Montverde. That's Jalen Haynes camping out in the paint.
Looks like a little bit of confusion there too, Coach. They had the switch that they wanted. Haynes had a point guard pinned underneath the hoop. Torres seemed like he wanted to do something else.
Coach Kiley starts with Josh Kiley, number 22, Jackson Grant, Seth Brewer. I'm not sure who number 34 is. He doesn't have the same number here. Maybe it's Alfredo Ramirez Cortez, I would assume. I think he's supposed to be number 34, not 35 in the book. And he also starts with Parker Garretts.
It's another guy I really like there, Coach. Great defender, long, hits the open shot. He hit a couple floaters yesterday to beat a press versus a team that was definitely good out of combine, and just did a really good job. Didn't hurt the team at all.
Slow start here for both teams. It's 4-2 as we get our first timeout. It's a 30-second one by Montverde. Both teams kind of feeling each other out and trying to figure out how to get in a little rhythm here. And obviously, I'm sure Olympia has heard of Montverde and has probably came out a little tight.
Absolutely. They're a national power. So anytime you see that purple and gold, you know that you got to be ready to play. And they do a really good job down there in Claremont producing some big-time players in that program.
Yeah, coached by Ben Wisnowski and assistant coach Alex Piggott, former DME employee here, and he was here for a few years and really helped our post-grad program and our basketball program in general. They came out with the same group that they started with Haynes, Fitzgerald, Torres, Iyobo, and Francis.
Should be a good battle here with these 2 point guards. Definitely like number 5, Seth Brewer, and as we spoke of yesterday, Torres does a really good job of running this team. Should be interesting to see how those two match up throughout the course of this game.
Another turnover, this one on Montverde, and Olympia has numbers. Nice show and go there by Cortez. And it's 4-4 here, just after 4 minutes of play. And Olympia stays in their 2-3 zone.
I feel like they have to be in that to definitely stand a chance. If they go, man, it's going to be tough to match up with these two. They do a really good job of making plays for one another.
Brewer corrals the miss on the lob. And he gets in the lane. Finds Kylie. Good ball movement here by Olympia. Good hands there by Iyobo. And this,
Showtime.
You might want to show, yep, exactly, 2 hands. And it's a quiet 2-hand slam. But he's definitely known for his defense. When I talked to Coach Piggott yesterday, he said, you know, this guy Iyobo is going to be a big-time steal for some Division I program because he can really guard. And he's got, obviously, he's been electrifying in transition. And there's another one from him.
Definitely underestimated value right there. Iyobo looked like he didn't have his legs underneath him, so instead of trying to jam it, which he definitely can do easily, he just lays it up off the glass. I've watched several games already today where kids try to dunk the ball instead of just laying it up and they miss.
And a quick 6-0 run by Montverde is Jeremy Torres with the inside hand sneak. And Coach Kylie's seen enough, and he'll call a quick 30-second timeout because he's not too happy over there. He's rallying the troops and getting on them about their transition defense is what I would assume.
Yeah, he definitely does a good job of getting the most out of his players. Yesterday he was demanding nothing but excellence on that sideline, so I imagine he's ripping into them to get them to understand that this is probably the best team they'll play all weekend, so they got to bring it if they want to leave victorious today.
And this is a game of very high-level post play on both sides. Even the young kid who just checked in for Olympia, Andreas Engholm. He's a nice prospect, number 53. He's a 6'6" wing that can play the 3 and the 4, can handle it. He's going to have to be big for Coach Kylie here today if they're going to be able to really be competitive here throughout the whole game.
Absolutely. Good defense there by Francis. So far, it looks like they're doing a really good job of neutralizing the length of Jackson Grant. It definitely helps to have 2 guys that are around his height and size and both can play.
And Olympia goes man, and Fitzgerald gets called for an offensive foul. Kind of a delayed call there by the referee, but nonetheless, it's a offensive foul on number 14. Fitzgerald, who hit a huge 3 yesterday against Central Point to give his team a lead when Central Point fought back and tied the game up in the last 30 seconds of the game. And Fitzgerald, at the end of the shot clock, made a great big-time 3 on the right block, or on the right wing. And Jackson Grant with a nice slip, nice play there by Olympia. And Francis showed his ability to get off the ground and block it. And the second chance opportunity and persistence of Grant pays dividends as he goes to the line to try to earn 3 the hard way.
Definitely like his upside. He's really long, 6'10", gets off the ground easy, and he can shoot it from three if he has a chance to display it today. Hit 3 threes yesterday in the second game we watched him play, so definitely can shoot it.
Grant to Engholm, and Olympia responds with a little 4-0 run here out of the timeout by Coach Kiley. Ball goes inside. Good cut there by the Istanbul, Turkey native Mustafa Serim, and he finishes and gets his first 2 points of the game. Another steal by Yobo. He gets into the passing lanes very well. And they'll slow it up and get the ball into Torres. He's got Grant on him. Got the mismatch. He pulls up for three and gets the shooter's roll. There's a three by Jeremy Torres, the 5'10 Puerto Rican guard. And he is got 5 here early on. Good hands by Torres.
Great defense.
And Fitzgerald with the 2-hand slam.
Montverde definitely turns turnovers into points. That's one thing I've noticed now 2 straight days in a row. You turn the ball over against most this national team, and they will make you pay.
And Olympia's not going to have the luxury to be able to turn the ball over much if they're going to want to stay in this game.
Oh, no.
Good pass there by Brewer, and Grant with the nice little push shot in the middle
Brewer
of
and Grant are going to have an exceptionally good game for them to have an opportunity to win today, because Montverde definitely has the deeper team, without question.
And Olympia falls back into their 2-3 zone, and they got Montverde here at the end of the shot clock. And the second bucket, this one by Mustafa Serim. He's got 4 off the bench, and that's a good sign for Coach Wisniewski. Grant goes DHO.
Oh, good move.
With Mason Juergens, and he loses it.
Had a nice little 5-foot floater there. I don't know why he didn't want to shoot that shot, but good move to get in the paint nevertheless. Just got to take care of the ball.
3 by Torres is no good, and an over the back on Iobo, who got into foul trouble yesterday, so that's something I'm sure Coach Ben is going to be worried about a little bit here, because obviously he's a huge part to their team.
Absolutely, and definitely want to pay attention here. Francis goes out yesterday. When Francis went out, see, Central Point made a big run without him on the court. See if they can hold without Iobo and Francis on the court here.
Garrett's. They're going to a little dribble weave here. Garrett's up fakes, drives, dribbles it off his foot, and they call it over the back, and that's a good call.
Right now, it looks like Olympia is definitely struggling with the length and athleticism, along with the pressure of Montverde's defense. Got to settle in here a little bit.
It's 19-10 here as we approach the halfway mark of the first half. Sam Walters checks in the game, number 15 for Montverde, the very talented sophomore, one of the top sophomores in the country. And Haynes, Jalen Haynes from Fort Lauderdale, the 6'8 post grad, with his first bucket here of the game.
I know Olympia likes to switch everything, but I don't think they're going to be able to do that today. Not with Haynes and Francis.
And a turnover there.
Couldn't see that there.
Yeah, it was a turnover. It seemed like. Serim enters the ball into the front court, and number 12, Zach Semler from Little Rock, Arkansas. Finds the ball into Walters. They're looking inside to Haynes. Good defense in the post by Olympia, and a drive. Haynes with the offensive rebound. Throws his weight around, and that looked like Zach Randolph.
Zebo. Big old Zebo.
Might be who he is.
Hey,
it's actually a pretty good comparison.
That's a great comparison. I think he's a little bit more athletic, but Zebo obviously was bigger, without question.
25-10 here, Montverde jumping on Olympia early on. Grant with the 3, it's short. Rebound to Fitzgerald. Montverde looks to push. Serim hesitates, drives left, finds Haynes. Haynes crabs middle, right hand jump hook, no good. Good defense there by Grant.
Just left it short there. Good move. Looked like he was looking for a cutter. Great take there by number 13, Parker Garrett, as he goes to the free throw line to shoot two.
Number 13, Parker Garrett's with the bucket, or first free throw. They haven't added it. Now they have. And the second one is no good. And they get into their zone, it looks like.
Another interesting moment here to keep note of. Montverde up 14. And Jackson Grant goes to the bench to obviously get a breather. Got to give him a break. See how Olympia holds up without their big man on the floor.
Serim has been hot off the bench. He's got 7 here. And doing it from all levels. Pull-up jumpers, 3 points, three-point shot there, and a take to the rim.
Definitely a variety of scores, and we didn't see him do this much yesterday against CPCA. Looks like he's a lot more comfortable against this Olympia team.
Coach Kiley will call a timeout here. And with 8:44 left in the first half, Montverde Academy 28, Olympia High School from the state of Washington 11. What have you seen so far here? And what are your biggest concerns if you're Coach Kiley? How do you get back into the ball game?
Definitely have to continue to try to run some offense through Grant and Brewer, but just not giving up any easy buckets. A couple of them will come off turnovers. I know Yobo had back-to-back steals that were layup and dunks, and then not letting the other guys beat you. I know when I used to play back in high school, that was one big thing that we used to talk about at my alma mater, Edgewater High School. We would make sure that the guys that weren't supposed to make shots didn't beat us. So at the end of the day, I know sometimes you want that guy to make the shot, but we looked at it the opposite way. When we would play against Amari Stoudemire or whoever, we knew that guy was going to kill us. So we let that guy get his 40, and we made sure no one else scored their points. So I feel like that's something you definitely can't have. If you're trying to beat a good team like Montverde, you got to figure out who are the guys that we don't want to get the 7 points, the 6 points, the 4 points, the 10 points, because those add up over the course of the game when you got guys that can give you 20 and 30 points.
Yeah, and right now that's Serim for Montverde. Serim's got 7, and those are 7 that you don't necessarily prepare for. You know he's going to get some. He's a good player, but you know you do focus on the Francis and Haynes. Walters with the tough pull-up 3 going right. That's a tough shot. Nice break there.
Great transition defense by Montverde.
And a foul, and it looks like Parker Garrett will go to the line. 6'1" guard.
Olympia definitely can turn a couple of these stops into some easy buckets and get back in the game here before halftime. Be an encouraging sight for them, definitely for the morale of the team.
First one is good. Garrett's made 3 or 4 from the free throw line so far here early on.
Olympia needs to stop here. Definitely need to put together 2 or 3 stops right now. Looks like Montverde's trying to run the offense through Haynes.
And they're going to need to send it. Good hands there, and that actually was all ball, but tough angle for the ref to see. But they're going to probably need to bring some help there when Haynes goes against Engholm, because he's given up a lot of weight in that low post.
Absolutely. Got a double. I know they're running the zone right now, but I'm definitely throwing 2 guys at him. He's just too much to handle.
And Haynes misses the first. He's had a quiet start to the game.
Definitely interesting to see that he likes to use his right hand and go over his left shoulder, but he's a lefty. He likes going over that left shoulder and using his right-handed hook.
Offensive rebound. I'm sure Coach Kiley isn't too happy about that. And Montverde will go back inside to Haynes, and he'll get a bucket and get back to the line.
Right when I say he likes to go over that left shoulder, he drops steps to the right. You get an and one with the left hand.
And we have Grant coming in for Engholm. And I'm surprised. I'll be surprised if Coach Kiley doesn't play a whole lot of Engholm and Grant together today. I think that's how he's going to have to match up physically with Montverde. And foul trouble could become an issue here.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Good action here. Kiley picks up his dribbles, finds Brewer. Brewer, the left-handed guard, picks up his dribble and finds Cortez. He drives. Floater, good.
Tough finish, tough finish. I really like that kid.
I do too. He's a good ball player, and he's got 4 here early on. And they get back into their 2-3 zone. Three-pointer there. No good. Good hands there by Garretts, and Brewer comes away with it.
Good pass. Got to catch that.
And Serim's going to get another bucket. He's got 9 now, and you got to capitalize on turnovers or transition opportunities against Montverde. You can't have 4-point swings like that. Brewer on the nice back cut. Nice delivery there by Garretts, and Olympia gets a quick 2 right back at Montverde. 33-17 here with 6:30 left in the first half.
Olympia limits the turnovers here these last 6 minutes in the second half. I think they got a chance to fight back in it because they're not just getting beat easily in the half-court offense. Majority of Montverde's points are coming in transition right now.
Semler's floater, no good, and Grant corrals the rebound. Grant up fakes, guarded by Haynes. He'll pass it over to Brewer. Brewer hesitates, gets in the lane, finds Garrett. Thought about a 3, turned it down. Cortez's 3, no good. He gets his own rebound. Grant up fakes. Tough shot. Good defense there by Haynes, staying down and not going on the pump fake.
Absolutely. Really like that Montverde likes to run their offense through Haynes, and Haynes is a willing passer and a willing screener, as you just saw.
And he got called with a back screen, and he wasn't too happy about that, as he had a few words for the referee. Number 3 from Montverde, we don't have a name. Number 11 is Kareem El Hamwi from Dubai.
United Emirates.
2 totally different types of rosters. One that comes from all over the country, or all over the world, I'm sorry, and then one that comes out of Olympia, Washington. Pretty simple.
Absolutely.
So totally different rosters, and that's a nice jump hook by Grant. I'm very impressed with his mobility, his length. He's a full 6'10".
Yeah, absolutely.
He's got good live legs and nice skill set.
Absolutely. Be interesting to see how his game translates in Pac-12 play.
Deep 3 there, no good, and a rebound by Grant. Brewer looks to push. Good pass there to Cortez. Nice delivery by Seth Brewer, as he made a nice move in the open floor and found Cortez, who's got 6 now. And a little bit of life here from Olympia as they are starting to settle in and have now cut this lead to 12.
You know what I thought about, Coach? These guys did play a back-to-back schedule yesterday where they had 2 games back-to-back. So I feel like the first 10 minutes of that game might have been a little bit of no legs and trying to find their bearings again, because now you can see some life after he's made some subs and got guys rotated back in.
Coach Ben Wisniewski calls a timeout and wants to talk it over. It's a full timeout, and we've had if you haven't been watching as of now, Coach Wisniewski's had a lot of a balanced attack. He's got great production from Mustafa Sarim, who's got 7 points off the bench. He's got 5 from his young point guard, Jeremy Torres. He's got a quiet night from Haynes so far and a quiet night from Francis. But Fitzgerald has picked up the slack as well. And Iyobo has also been pretty good here early on. So balanced attack for Coach Ben, and Olympia's been very much of the same, balanced attack and trying to play catch up a little bit here, as they've been led by Cortez, who's got 7.
Really like Cortez's energy. He does a really good job of just playing hard, doing the little things, running his lane, being strong with the basketball, attacking gaps, and he can finish for a guy that's not that tall. Finishes well around the rim.
Nice little shot there by number 3. Over the long extended hand of Jackson Grant, so he gets on the scoreboard.
And those are the buckets that Olympia is going to have to limit if they're going to have a chance to win this game, because I don't even remember him getting on the court yesterday versus CPCA. Not saying guys can't score, but
that's a high arcing floater that drops. The teardrop falls for Josh Kiley.
Those are one of those, you hear the whistle and just pray that it goes in type of shots, especially when you can't even see the rim. He was running behind the backboard and had a 6'8" guy in front of him.
Yeah, big bucket there, and this lead could be cut back to 10. I'm sure Josh Kiley, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's Coach Kiley's son, or I would say his son, and then I'm sure his brother is the assistant coach. So family affair going on in Olympia, at Olympia High School. And Coach Kiley's done a great job, obviously, building that program up. And as a high school team, this is a pretty high-level high school team, I'm sure, for their state.
Definitely competitive. I would imagine in that Pacific Northwest, they got to be competitive in Oregon and Washington and Idaho.
Brewer tried to take off before he caught it, and a turnover there, ill-advised turnover by Olympia, which they're definitely going to have to limit. They're probably nearing around 10 turnovers on the game so far, and they're going to need to keep it under 20 today.
Another good bucket.
Number 3 with another tough bucket. He's came in and got 4 here early on.
Not lacking any confidence, to say the least.
Engholm finds Brewer. He'll go inside to Grant. He'll give a little half turn and shoot the jump hook, and can't get it to go, but that was a good move there.
Yeah, you can see he really wanted that bucket, a little frustrated with himself that he missed it either.
And wow, Francis with the flush. He threw that one in, and that was a tough catch and finish in traffic over a long, athletic 6'10" post player. I mean,
I'm telling you, Houston, if Coach Sampson and his staff are watching him play right now, you're getting a kid that definitely is going to help you guys win some basketball games, to say the least. He's definitely been nothing short of spectacular here these first 2 days, finishing in traffic no matter who's in the paint.
Yeah, I mean, Jackson Grant's a good athlete in his own right, and that was a monster flush.
Yes, it was. Reminds me of a Kenyon Martin type of player. Just he attacks that rim and he tries to dunk it every time, not even looking to lay the ball up.
12 on the clock. Torres makes his move, and he turns it over. Good hands there.
Over dribbling. Got to keep his head up there. He normally doesn't do that.
Engholm with the 15-footer. That's a nice bucket there.
That's a guy you like, Coach.
I do. I like him a lot. I think he's got a lot of upside. I wonder what year he is. We don't have their grade here in the book, but I'm sure he's a younger player, probably a sophomore, and he's got a lot of upside. Yobo, floater over Grant, and it goes. Nice push shot.
Nice touch, yes. With the 6'10" in his face, didn't get flustered or throw up a tough shot.
Engholm, turnaround jumper, no good. Good effort by Grant. He'll shoot a nice low jump hook. And I love this kid's competitiveness. I mean,
absolutely.
He bounced back from getting flushed on, and he's competing.
And our guy Cortez forces the turnover down there. He ran up there fast to contest that inbound and cause the turnover. I like Engholm getting to his spot, though, there. You see he didn't really rush. He got to the middle of the paint, even though it didn't go. Pivoted, got a nice little jump shot. When you're 6'7", 6'6", 6'8", getting into your spots in that paint is definitely important, and not being flustered or rushed.
Torres loses the ball and turns it over again.
Out of character right there. Torres had back-to-back turnovers the last 2 possessions that he's touched the ball.
We close in on the last minute of the half, and Torres will come get a break. Serim will check back in. Ball goes into Caden Roth. And then the ball will find the hands of Alfredo Ramirez Cortez. He'll reverse it to Grant. They run a little flex. Good cut there by Roth, and he can't get it to go. Montverde with an opportunity for a 2-for-1 here. Quick trigger 3 by number 11, Kareem El Hamwi.
Good box out there by Roth underneath against Yobo. Definitely not a fair matchup, but he did a really good job of putting his body on the line and keeping Yobo from getting the offensive rebound.
Cortez gets fouled. He'll go to the line where he's already been familiar with. He's got a free throw already. And he's had a very good first half.
I feel like if he can keep that up in the second half and Brewer and Grant start to get going, we might have ourselves a ball game here, because he's definitely doing his best job to keep them in the game right now.
So very impressed with the guard play of Olympia. I think all of them are skilled, savvy, smart players that not the most gifted athletes, but they know how to get in the lane, know how to play, dribble, pass, shoot. You know, and that's going to make them a very tough team in the state of Washington. I just hope they have a season for their sake.
Yeah, absolutely. It's tough to even talk about sometimes, but a lot of these states and kids are missing out on seasons because of COVID, and it sucks.
3 by Hamwi is no good. Long rebound. Olympia has a chance here. Roth with the floater, and it's good at the buzzer. A nice little run by Olympia, and they cut this lead to a single-digit deficit going into halftime. And it's been a very good competitive half as they're playing a little bit of catch-up. But very impressed with the level of this game, and we will be back here in a few minutes. We're back here. Few adjustments. Seth Brewer is actually Zach Wanson, number 5. So forgive me for that. Or blame one of the parents who told me that behind me for Olympia. Not going to throw her under the bus, but I was told Seth Brewer. Tough right hand by Swanson, and it's no good.
Good pump fake.
Haynes with the finish. Garrett's can't get it to go.
Olympia wants to be careful here. They don't want to start off the same way they did in the first half, because if they will, Montverde put them away.
Haynes jump hook's no good. Good defense there by Grant. Swanson gets the ball into Garrett's. He'll find Cortez. He'll go dribble hand off. Good look inside to Grant. He has a two-hand slam.
He's long, man. He is definitely long.
A full 6'10" is Jackson Grant. They get back into their 2-3 zone.
Just got to have more active hands. They're doing a good job of making the Montverde pass it around and work, but just a lot of their hands are down. Got to get their hands up, because, see, it makes it too easy to do those little drop passes.
Well, Francis has put Grant on a second poster as he gets a goaltend on the other end, but
Jogs
like you
back
said,
on defense and gives up a layup.
but like you said, their hands are down, and it set Grant up to get flushed on right
Absolutely.
there.
Got to have active hands if you're going to play in the zone. Can't have your hands look. All hands are down right now. Only thing I noticed, they do a really good job playing defense, but not active. And see, that's what it ends up opening opportunities for the athletes to get to the rim. And I don't care how good your big man is, but
It's getting chippy out here. It's competitive.
It is.
And I like it. Francis drives. Jump hook, no good. Good D by Grant. Cortez finds Grant. Picks up his dribble.
Man, if he can get that shot, work on getting that shot off quicker. He's going to have to, obviously, where he's going, but
Good look.
I know he can shoot it.
Good look there by Swanson.
Just takes him a little while to have to load up. You gotta be able to get that shot off quick at the next level. Because that gap and that window closes so fast. I remember my first month playing it in the Pac-12 schedule. I had to get back in the gym, and I would work with one of my coaches on him running at me and just closing out fast and getting shots off quicker, because the speed, you underestimate how fast those guys move when you watch them on TV. It does you no justice.
Air ball there by Garrett, and out running is Haynes. Tries to finish, can't, stays with it.
But everyone's walking back.
And a timeout by Coach Kiley here with 16:49. It's 49-36. Montverde on top. We'll be back in a second. And we're back, and Montverde comes out in a little full court pressure. The ball's deflected.
Olympia's got to get somebody in the middle of the court here. Definitely help these guards get the ball up the court. Montverde putting Haynes on the ball. Haynes is definitely every bit of 6'8", 6'9". And definitely deceptively mobile for his size. And then the extreme athlete of the squad, obviously, and Francis they put on the back row. Play interceptor passes, those little lofty, floaty passes. Not really a big fan of those passes, Coach.
No, they've been trouble all weekend for all players that have thrown them. Cortez, good hands. Francis gets it. And Yobo with the flush. 15-point lead here for Montverde. Grant being guarded by Francis. Spins, finds Kylie. He finds Swanson. Three-pointer good. Good ball movement there. Good kick out by Kylie.
Can't put these guys away right now. Montverde makes a run, but then Olympia makes a run right back. Gotta love it a little bit. They're definitely here to compete. They didn't fly all this way to just lay down.
They get in that 2-3 zone. Fitzgerald finds Haynes. He loses
Good
the ball
hands,
trying to get
good
it.
hands by Grant.
Swanson gets in the lane, gets his shot blocked by Fitzgerald. The athletic ability of Montverde. That's a beautiful Euro step by Fitzgerald.
That's going to be the constant problem of anybody that plays against them this year, unless they have the same athletes. Is you beat a Francis or a Haynes, you have Fitzgerald and a Yobo who can get up too, waiting for you at the rim. They're not just little guys. Fitzgerald's 6'4" and Yobo 6'6", and they're long as well.
Garrett gets his shot blocked. Good D by Fitzgerald. And I'd like to know what year Fitzgerald is. He's a pretty good prospect.
Absolutely.
The more and more you watch him, you realize he's a young kid and he's a good player. Montverde's got 3 post grads on this roster. Haynes, Francis, and Yobo.
Yep.
Everyone else is high school kids. Swanson, good patience
Walked
there.
into a layup. It didn't look like he had any rush to shoot that layup.
I don't think he thought he was going to be able to turn the corner that easy. Haven't seen that very often in my life.
Good handle by Yobo. I'm definitely impressed with this guy. 6'6", and he can definitely put the ball on the floor.
Everyone's kind of attacking Grant in the middle. They're trying to get him into foul trouble, and knowing that he's the one rim protector on this team, and if they can get him out the game, Olympia will be in some trouble.
100%.
First one good. A few subs. Engholm checks in. So does Mason Jurgens.
This is when Olympia definitely has to try to make their run. When they take one of the bigs off the court, definitely evens out the size on the court a little bit. Got to try to make a run here. They took both of their bigs off. Francis and Haynes are off right now, and they put the young stud, the 23, Walters, in to guard the UW commit. This will be an interesting matchup to watch.
It is, and it's a good test for the young Walters. And I'm sure he's ready for it. He's clapping, he looks ready, and we'll see how Olympia tries to attack him. Engholm spins, finds Jurgens. He'll go back to Engholm. 12 on the clock. Ball's in Cortez's hands.
He's sealing down there. Got to find him. There you go.
They go inside to Grant.
Good hands by Fitzgerald.
And he loses it, and the ball will stay with Olympia with 2 on the shot clock.
Look for a little lob play or maybe a little deception. Screen and get a screen. Someone pop into the corner.
Cortez.
And he doesn't know how much time is on the clock. And definitely Grant yelled a little frustration out there, telling Cortez to shoot. But these are those moments they got to stay away from here. They don't have their 2 bigs on the court. You can make a run, but you can't turn the ball over, and you can't give them opportunities to extend the lead.
Good pull-up jumper there by Torres. It's no good. His shot looks a little better coming off his hands today than it did yesterday.
Oof, tried to thread the needle.
Cortez with the bucket.
I don't care what nobody says. That kid plays like he's 6'6".
Bad transition defense by Olympian. Iyobo flies in for a bucket. He's in double figures.
That's the way to run the lane right there. Got out wide. One dribble, ripped through, and at the rim.
Swanson finds Cortez on the cut. Floater, no good, but he draws the foul.
And that kid just, man, you turn your head for a second, and you're in helping guarding him. He's face cutting you and getting the ball. He doesn't wait.
All these Olympia guards are taught that. I see Coach Kiley does a good job of weak side flashes and weak side cuts and back doors and patience on offense with this Olympia team. Is
Definitely
very
impressed with Cortez's free throw shooting today as well. I don't think he's missed a free throw all day.
Don't jinx him.
I know you watch games on ESPN and obviously nationally televised shows, and they always say, I don't want to jinx him here, but he's perfect from the field or he's perfect from free throw line, and the guy misses his next one.
Well, I get angry with it when I watch Bowling Green games because Justin Turner, our social media manager's brother here at DME, her brother's one of the best players in the country in college basketball as Torres hits a pull-up. He's shooting 97% from the free throw line right now. He's got one miss, and every time he goes to the line, it's like the announcer's trying to jinx him. Swanson gets it back in the corner, and he travels.
See, I would like to see Jackson Grant on that. He drove, kicked it, and Grant's guy completely lost him. Just duck in and seal him and get the ball and go to work. I don't know if he knows how young the guy that's guarding him is, but I remember when I played in the high school, as I'm sure you did, coaching. I made it a mission to know every player on the other team just for personnel purposes. So when I got on the court and they want to try to put a freshman or a sophomore on me or my senior year, it just wasn't happening. I don't care how good you were.
Nice take by Serim. He's in double figures. This lead is back to 16. Yeah, Jackson Grant needs to demand the basketball right now.
Be a little bit more assertive right now. You're on the court with obviously some guys that are role players and come off the bench. Definitely need to be aggressive.
Serim with a nice kiss off the glass.
Serim's definitely impressed me today. Yesterday he did not really do much offensively. He was doing pretty solid against CPCA defensively. Walters there with some good defense on the senior. Definitely impressed to see that. And now he's gonna go at him. They give him a foul. Looked like a lot of ball.
Jump ball, overrode it. Coach Ben doesn't like that one.
Definitely was a good reversal because it didn't look like Grant fouled him at all. Looked like he had his hand on top of the ball. Definitely. We were at this moment already once in this game. Montverde was up 18 in the first half, and then Olympia showed some life and cut it to 8. Now it's back to 18.
Good offensive rebound there by Cree Barna. Swanson finds Kiley on the back cut. He spins and draws a foul.
I don't know about you, but I feel like timing on back cuts are very important, and then understanding your teammates. Because I'm watching some of these guys, and they'll wait until Swanson or Cortez is landing to now initiate their back cut. When you played, when would you like to see someone cut? Me, I liked it to be while I had my dribble active, so I could make a decision actively and not have to pick my dribble up, look at you, and yell at you to go back door, you know?
Yep, absolutely.
felt like you put your teammate at a disadvantage if they have to come to a jump stop and look at you and you're just now cutting. If you're not open now, I picked up my dribble. I can't even get you the ball. I can't retreat and get out, and we're stuck now.
Kylie makes 1 of 2 from the line. Francis checks back in. He's got
Good
spins.
travel.
He walked, and they called it late, but
it was a good move, but definitely traveled there.
yep, it was a good call, and I'm happy the ref got it right, even if he is a little bit late there. Cortez finds Swanson. 3-pointer, no good.
I like what number 60's doing. He just checked in the game. Cree Barna, he's definitely sealing and pinning Walters and making him work down there on the weak side when the shot goes up. He's being active. You like to see that from your young guys off the bench.
Lead back down to 15.
That's a deep shot.
Serim with the heat check. Francis with the offensive rebound and the putback.
Get out the way. Definitely a mismatch on the other end, though. Francis is probably the highest jumping player I've seen in this gym, and he has extremely long arms to go with it.
Semler with the rebound. He'll find Walters. He'll throw it ahead to Serim. He'll go off 2 feet. Good patience, and he'll finish off the glass and lead back up to 19 after a little run by Montverde. Swanson finds Connor Johnson in the corner. The 3 is no good. Montverde looking to push again.
Serim's definitely got some confidence going today. He's calling for the ball. He's out here running the lane, attacking hard.
It's amazing how much confidence in basketball can help you, or if you lose it. We've seen the greatest players ever lose confidence. LeBron
yes.
James in the NBA Finals in 2011.
Paul George this year in the what is that, semifinals?
Yep.
He just signed a 5-year, $226 million deal. So obviously, LA Clippers still have a lot of confidence in him.
We'll have a timeout here with 9:01 left. Montverde in total control of this one, 67-48. We'll be back in a second. Haynes with the nice kiss off the glass with the right hand. He's pretty ambidextrous around the rim.
Absolutely. First time we've seen all 3 of the bigs for Montverde out here in Walters, Haynes, and Francis.
Cortez for 3, no good. Good board by Grant. Loses the ball. Swanson. And Semler gets called for a foul.
I like the fact that he still came down and tried to box out even though he was a little late there. Not let Grant get easy tip dunk.
Kylie with Walters guarding him. He'll find Swanson. We're going to Cortez. Cortez with the floater, draws the foul and finishes. Alfredo Ramirez Cortez, the 5'10 guard, has been very good for Coach Kylie today and picking up the slack. He's been really their best option offensively so far.
Been
today.
really productive. Attacks the basket and doesn't fear anyone on the way. And it's under control, too. It's not like he's throwing up some bad shots or, he's gotten in there, jump stops a lot, gets to 2 feet, strong with the ball, makes a good decision when he gets to that jump stop. It's definitely refreshing to see kids that still are taught basketball and how to do things the right way, which there are some really good basketball coaches across the country, as you see.
Walters. Pull up three, no good. Rebound to Swanson.
Still waiting on Walters to hit a three. I know that's something that he's known for in his shooting ability. He's known to really fill it up from deep.
Swanson finds Kylie wide open for three, and he gets the shooter's roll. Lead back down to 15 here. 7:30 left. Olympia on a little 6-0 run. Walters. They look inside to Haynes. He gets deep position, draws a foul on Grant. He'll go to line for two.
Now it'll be something Grant will get better at next year. Got caught ball watching there, and like we spoke about last night, Haynes does a really good job of doing his work early. He doesn't wait. As soon as that ball gets reversed to that high-low spot up top at the top of the key, he seals you, and he pins you deep. And if you're not in position or you're not obviously in a stance and ready to guard, he effectively puts you in that bucket.
Haynes makes the first. The Fort Lauderdale native, former teammate of DME guard Ivan Reynolds in high school, and that was probably a very dynamic 1-2 punch down in South Florida.
Oh, absolutely. Watch out. Olympia wants a shot here. They're going to have to make a run right now. This is where you want to try to cut this lead to 10 or 8 right now, right before you get to that 4-minute mark.
Swanson almost carried, picked it up off the carry, really. Saved it. 4 on the clock. Summer Garden Cortez, he stops in the lane, floater, no good. Inadvertent whistle. They keep playing. Run a little horns action. Flare for Hamwi. Francis, corner three.
I haven't seen him shoot it yet. That's the first shot, jump shot I think we saw him shoot.
Cortez picks up his dribble. Finds Garrity. He makes a nice finish in traffic.
That was tough. That was tough.
Garrett's, I'm sorry, Parker Garrett's.
Nice strong finish there. Way to find the cutter by Cortez.
Lead back to 14, turnover by Walters.
It's funny, but it's not. But I feel like we've seen this all day, yesterday and today. Team gets a lead, and then slowly but surely squanders it and lets the other team get back into the game.
Timeout by Montverde here with 5:50 left. Up 14 as Coach Ben will want to slow things down and settle the troops for the home stretch. We'll be back in a second. We're back here. Montverde running a little play here. Getting slow, getting into it. Haynes guarded by Grant. Good switch there by Cortez. Torres pulled up jumper in the middle lane is short. can't get the ball, and the ball will go to Olympia here, who's down 14, headed down into the last 5 minutes of the game.
Olympia's got about 3 or 4 stops that they've just put together in a row here. They got to continue to cut at this lead, though. It means nothing if you turn it right back over if you don't score.
Swanson finds Cortez. They go inside to Engholm, and they turn it over. Good hands there by Torres. Torres with the floater to Haynes. It's no good. Tipped by Engholm, and possession will stay with Montverde. Iobo goes inside to Francis. Fakes, turns, left hand,
Kept
finish,
his
no good.
that time. First time he tried that move earlier, he traveled. Like that, he went back to it and got it right.
Iobo throws a high arcing. Woo. And Francis with the flush. And Iobo knew he had Grant on him, so he just threw it up, knowing that Grant was probably, that Francis was probably going to get it. Tough spin and finish on 1 foot by Grant.
It's always a good luxury to have as a guard if you know you got a big man who's extremely athletic, is always around the rim, and you can just throw the ball up, and if you miss but you draw the other team's big in the air, he's going to be there to clean it up. It's almost like a lob or a pass.
Good hands there by Garrett. Possession will stay with Montverde. Fitzgerald will check back into the game. They go a little repost to Haynes, who spins. Nice spin on the baseline. And Garrett's, or Haynes with the bucket.
Tell Grant wants that three-pointer bad. They haven't really respected him out there and guarded it like that, but I know he can make it, and I know he probably wants to make it himself.
Yobo can't finish. Good rebound by Grant. Swanson with the skip out to Garrett. He'll up fake, drive in the lane, pull up jumper, air ball. He's got about 3 of those today.
See, to some, they might have thought that was a good drive. I think he shoots that open three-pointer there and he makes it. He gets a layup the next time he catches that ball on the kick-up.
Good skip out by Haynes to find Torres. Three-pointer, good. And that might be the dagger.
Might be over here.
Lead to 19.
I think Olympia definitely put up a good fight here today. Obviously, there's no more victories, but I think they definitely put up a pretty solid fight. I'm Coach Kylie definitely showing them this film, though. A lot that they can improve on.
Francis will check out. Engholm. Ball's deflected out of bounds. Kylie in the corner for 3. It's no good. It's short. Rebound to Yobo. Haynes. Skip out. Hamwi. Good.
Pouring it in right now. Montverde's definitely pouring it in on them.
Kareem El Hamwi with his first bucket. And a timeout by Kylie just to get some subs in.
Smart move. Definitely don't want nobody getting hurt. Game's out of reach.
And it's a quick 30-second timeout, but it's more so just for the subbing.
I think if I'm Coach Kylie, I tell my kids I know that they played hard and and they played a team that had some pretty talented kids, but just got to get better. They had opportunities to make this game a real game or even take the lead and tie the game up. Just shot themselves in the foot with a lot of turnovers that cost them over the course of this game. And Montverde, on their hand, it'd be interesting to see how this team fares versus some of the better powerhouse teams in the country that I'm sure that they'll have to play against, like IMG, DMEs, the Massanuttons of the world, seeing how they play against some of those schools from up north, because obviously they're going to have to play some schools that are pretty talented themselves.
Torres finds Yobo. Ooh, can't finish. Number 10 with the nice little right hand tip in. Alexander Migorenko from St. Petersburg, Russia. And Torres will check out. And this game was not a 26-point game, more so of a 15-point game. 15 to 18. But Montverde has been in control of this game pretty much from start to finish. Garrity, floater no good.
Definitely impressed with this Montverde team, though. Who do they have tomorrow?
Combine Black is who Montverde Academy's national team will play tomorrow. Serim, who's been fantastic today, finds Hamri. Hamri can't get it to go. Good pass by Kylie. Johnson spins, pivots, floats. Good.
Thought he might have got an and one there had he just went straight up with it, but still good up fake and good pivot to finish.
Oh, that's
Oh,
deep.
my Lord.
From Migorenko. He gives the Jordan shrug.
Why not? He shot that from the H.
And that'll be it right here. 87-62, Montverde beating Olympia High School in this game. Very well played game by Montverde, and I thought Olympia did a pretty good job of competing for the most part, but the talent and the depth and the length of Montverde overwhelmed them during the course of the 40-minute game. We'll be back in 15 minutes with the tip-off of the Montverde Purple versus DME High School White, just in a few.